In the last video, I talked about writers and the impact of artificial intelligence, AI. So in this video, I thought I probably should take my own advice and use AI and see how it would work for me in creating a script for a video. That's one use that you could use AI for. So I decided to use this prompt. Please generate a YouTube video script that would be helpful to busy professionals who want to write a book. Use Denis'Thomas's tone of voice and reference the right method. Hello, I'm Denis'Thomas, and this is the channel Write Books with Me, where I encourage busy professionals who are writing in the margins of their lives that they can still write a book. That means you can write your book, even if you just have small amounts of time. I am the author of the book Write, Use the Right Method to Draft Your Book in 100 Days. And that's what I advocate, writing 500 words a day for 100 days to get a 50,000 word manuscript. That consistent writing is the backbone of the right method. But let's see what AI suggested that I create as a video for you. All right, the first thing that it says is the title of the video would be Unlock Your Writing Potential, the Right Method for Busy Professionals. Sounds like a pretty good title. All right, then there's the intro. It says that upbeat music plays. I should probably do that. Let's do that now. Oh, it gives me a script for the host. Here's the script. Hey there, busy professionals. Welcome back to the channel. If you've ever dreamed of writing a book but felt like there just aren't enough hours in the day, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the right method, a practical approach that will help you transform your ideas into a finished manuscript, even with your packed schedule. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm guessing that that's something that you would like, that would appeal to you. I like that. It's a little bit chirpy for me. Maybe it's the way that I read it, but not too bad. I actually really like that. Then it divides it up into segments. So segment 1 is called The Challenge. It says, cut to host sitting at a desk with a laptop. Here we are. All right, and then I say, let's face it, finding time to write when you're juggling work, family, and all of life's demands can feel impossible. You might think, I'll never finish my book. But what if I told you that with the right method, you could? Okay, again, not too bad. A little bit more sales pitchy than I tend to like to be, but not bad at all. And it's actually not too far off of my tone of voice, which is really kind of intriguing to me. Okay, then it gives me segment 2, which is introducing the right method. All right, it says transition to graphics, explaining the right method. So here's a graphic. And here is where I have an ego check. I have written an entire book on the right method. It's outlined. I even have a video explaining it. And what they are describing as the right method is using the word right as an acronym for phrases that help you to write. Maybe my book isn't as good as I thought. Okay, author ego check completed. Now let's see what they said. Enter the right method, a structured yet flexible framework designed specifically for busy professionals. Here's how it works, according to AI. W stands for work smart. Focus on your writing goals during the most productive times of your day. Are you an early bird or a night owl? Find your peak hours and use them wisely. Okay, I'm a fan of that. I think that's a good point. Not the right method still. I'm still stinging a little bit from that. But that is something that I talk about is picking the time of day that works best for you to write. So it's a good point. Okay, let's do number 2. R, routine. Establish a consistent writing routine. Even 15 to 30 minutes a day can lead to significant progress over time. Set a timer, eliminate distractions, and make writing a non-negotiable part of your day. Love this point. I think this really is an important part of the right method, is just having that routine, because the habit of writing is how you write consistently. And so a big part of the book, is how to develop that habit. So I love the R of the right method that AI suggests, which is routine. All right, ready for the next one? I, inspiration. Collect ideas everywhere. Use apps or journals to jot down thoughts, snippets of dialogue, or plot ideas wherever they strike. Don't let those brilliant thoughts slip away. Again, a little chirpy for me, but I do kind of like this. I don't talk about doing this quite like this. What I suggest is using the messy ideas list at the end of your manuscript, and it becomes your collection place. So every time you're in your manuscript, if you have an idea, then it becomes part of your manuscript, so that you never have to go find another document or go find that journal or that sticky note. Everything is contained in one place, and it's the place where you write. So I'm not as excited about the inspiration point here, but it's still important to collect your ideas, which I do encourage. All right, the next thing AI suggests is a T, and that is for target. Set clear, achievable targets for your writing. Break your book down into manageable sections or word counts. This way, you can celebrate small wins along the way. I don't call it target. Well, I don't call it targets. I don't call it targets, but I do suggest a daily word count of 500 words, which is kind of the same thing. So this isn't too bad. And I would say it's a clear, achievable target. That's the whole point of 500 words a day, so that it's something that's manageable and that you can do. So not a bad point, not a bad point. All right, the last point then is the E, engage. Connect with a writing community, whether online or in person. Sharing your journey can keep you motivated and accountable. Plus, feedback is invaluable. I don't talk about this a whole lot. I've mentioned it a little as I've done videos on NaNoWriMo, because I think that's one of the advantages of NaNoWriMo, is that it gives you a community. I do talk about being part of a writer's group. I think there's a lot of value in that, but I don't talk about it a whole lot. Maybe I should. I mean, AI says that I should talk about that, so maybe I should talk about that a little bit more. Maybe here on YouTube, this is our community that we're engaging in. Yeah, okay. I do think that the feedback is invaluable. It is one of the things that I suggest in the book, is that when you are ready to edit, it's really helpful to have someone else read it. And one of the places to find someone else to edit your book would be a writer's group or a writing community. So pretty good. Okay. So that is what it says the right method is. That is not the right method that I teach, but really good points. All 5 of those were things that I talk about to some degree. So pretty good. All right, the next is segment 3, real life examples. It says cut to interviews or testimonials from writers who use the right method. The host says, let's hear from a few professionals who've successfully used the right method, and then insert clips of professionals sharing their experience. I don't have those, but that would be something good to include. People that have used the method to write a book. If you've done that, I would love if you would put that in the comments below and tell me how it's been helpful to you. And maybe at some point, I will add real life examples into a video. All right, segment 4, wrap up and call to action. It says back to host. Here I am. All right, the host says, as you can see, the right method isn't just about writing. It's about creating a sustainable process that fits into your busy life. Love that line. I use the word sustainable a lot. That is the whole point of the Write Method, is that you can continue writing for as long as that is important to you. So what are you waiting for? Start implementing these strategies today. Remember, you don't have to write your book in one sitting. Just take it one word at a time. I would probably change that to 500 words at a time, which you can do in 15 to 30 minutes. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more tips, share your writing journey in the comments below. That's the call to action, that every video ends with. And usually when you hear that, you start to move on to the next video. But it would be helpful to me if you haven't already to subscribe. That way you will get all of my new content in your video feed. All right. And then it finishes by saying, let's turn those dreams into reality, one page at a time. Happy writing. And that's the end. So there's an example of using AI to write a video script. That is certainly something that I spend some of my 500 words each month working on. I'm working on scripts. I tend to bullet point them, not so much narrative write them, but occasionally I do write it like this. Here's my response to using this kind of a script. First of all, this was really easy. I just went in and put in a prompt, and it didn't require any cognitive work on my part to get a fully fleshed out script that is ready to go. That part I really liked. I also liked that for the most part, these are things that I would say. They are points that I would make in my videos. And so overall, I would say it's pretty accurate. What I didn't like is that it was a little more chirpy than I think that I am. I don't know, maybe you guys could correct me on that. So it didn't completely capture my tone of voice exactly, and it completely missed what the right method was. Although I did like the WRITE outline of the content on here. So I think the big question is, I'm a writer. I also make videos. Would I use this to ever create a video script? And the answer is a qualified yes. That I think that there is certainly a place for this. I could use this as a tool to make my job easier. But for me, I would have to work on this a little bit to make it reflect my tone of voice and things that I would actually say more. Now, if I worked with an AI program and it learned me a little bit more, I think it would probably be a lot closer to the work that I do, which would make it a stronger tool. But I don't know that I would ever ask it to do a script and then I would just follow that script word for word. For me, at least, that doesn't feel very authentic. I don't know that I would trust artificial intelligence to do my work to that level, but I can't deny that it would be helpful. I mean, if nothing else, this was a video that I created using AI. So what did you think? I mean, would you use AI to help you? Would you use AI to actually write your book? I think that's where a lot of the controversy is coming in right now, is people are saying, but if AI can do it, we don't need people to do it. And that is the challenge. And if AI is doing it and I'm putting my name on it, I mean, isn't that kind of a form of plagiarism? Aren't you cheating if you do that? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Love to hear them in the comments below. If you didn't watch the previous video on writers and AI, you might want to check that out over here next.